Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is the Bodega Cat Book Club Health Edition. And today we're continuing our reading of Vibrational Medicine by Dr. Gerber, Dr. Richard Gerber, MD, medical doctor. And the book that we're using is the third edition. And so if you have that, you can follow with us as we are reading. If not, you can just listen. Excuse me. Whatever works for you. So first of all, I want to thank you everyone for being here. If you do enjoy these book clubs, please do consider checking out our other book clubs as well. We have our spiritual book clubs on Mondays and then financial book clubs on Thursdays. And we put all the books that we've read, both past and present, books on the internet, on YouTube. And we have in a playlist. So you can just download it, listen to it when you're jogging or walking your dog or stuck in traffic. We have other contents on there as well, not just the book club. So please do check it out, like and subscribe. And what else do you do on there? Comment and all that good stuff. Also consider subscribing to our free monthly newsletter as well. And if you want to support us further, you can buy me a coffee, leave a donation. Check out our merch. We have many different merches for your fur babies, kitties and doggies, as well as humans. And we're always coming up with new designs and updating our old designs. So please do come back often and check them out and support us that way. And if you are in the Los Angeles area or visiting LA, please do come visit us in our healing center. We have a healing center that we use technologies based on Nikola Tesla's scalar wave research for holistic healing for both domestic cats and dogs as well as humans. So I want to say real quick that this particular book is motivated or inspired by a quote that Nikola Tesla said. That was the scientist I mentioned earlier. And I'm paraphrasing his quote. He said that if you want to understand or know the secrets of the universe, you have to understand vibration, energy, and frequency. So that's why I was inspired to read this book, and it's been on my bookshelf for a while. So I wanted to open it up, read it, and share it with you guys. So that was the inspiration for it. So, anyways, this will be part chapter 6, and this will be part 1. And I hope you guys are enjoying this book so far. I think that we are at a cusp of lots of changes, especially dismantling of the old systems, in particular healthcare, the healthcare system, and health in general. So I think it's a good time to learn about new modalities or perhaps old modalities that we want to revive and learn about new, well, or rediscover, I should say, right? Um, Ancient knowledge because, they've been around for a while and there's a reason they've been around for a while because they work. So, anyways, that is my opinion. Okay, so again, this is chapter 6, and this will be part 1. New windows on an unseen world, the development of subtle energetic technologies. Okay, if you have a book, you could follow with us there. If not, you could follow with us here on camera. As we have begun to understand from the previous chapters, humans are multidimensional organisms. Seen another way, many different frequencies of consciousness exist within oneself. Human beings have complex energetic interconnections between their observable physical bodies and their invisible higher bodies. Observations by gifted clairvoyants have helped many spiritually oriented researchers to understand the invisible subtle energetic anatomy, but such data is frequently disregarded by the skeptical scientific community. The ability to change the mechanistic viewpoint of present and future physicians will depend upon the development of instrumentation, which can extend our physical senses to perceive the subtle energies of this invisible realm. Such tools to understand human subtle energetic anatomy already exists in the world today. Knowledge of the existence and use of this equipment is either disregarded or unknown to the majority of Western scientists. In order to shed greater light on the field of subtle energetic diagnostic systems, we shall begin with a closer examination of the meridian system of the human body. Meridian-based diagnostic systems. Hanuman updated the New Age technologies. As mentioned in the previous chapter, the physical etheric interface is one of our important links to higher dimension energies. This interface is an energy system which maintains a delicate balance between our physical and subtle bodies. The acupuncture meridians are the conduits of energy flow that make up this subtle energetic network. The acupuncture points are the most physically accessible aspects of the physical etheric interface. It has been demonstrated that the electrical characteristics of the meridians are measured through the acupoints, contain important information about the status of the body's internal organs. The subtle energies flowing through the meridians are not electrical in nature, but they are able to induce electrical fields and currents because of their magnetic properties. This energy, known to the Chinese as qi, is actually a manifestation of the life force, which animates and energizes living systems. Qi energy is negatively entropic in nature. It moves the organism towards states of increased order and greater cellular energy balance. When the flow of life energy to a particular organ is deficient or unbalanced, patterns of cellular disruption occur. The ability to measure electromagnetic disturbances in the meridian system and to find imbalances in the flow of qi allows one to detect ongoing cellular pathology in a particular area of the body as well as to predict future organic dysfunction. And I will read that again because it's italicized by the author. The ability to measure electromagnetic disturbances in the meridian system and to find imbalances in the flow of qi allows one to detect ongoing cellular pathology in a particular area of the body, as well as to predict future organic dysfunction. In recent years, a number of diagnostic systems have been developed which utilize this energetic meridian information. One unique system which makes use of electrical information associated with the acupuncture points is the Motoyama AMI machine discussed in Chapter 5. And there's an endnote about that. We won't read the endnote here, but if you guys are interested in doing a deeper dive, you're welcome to do so if you have the book. But we'll just mention it here. Utilizing electrodes which attach to the terminal seiketsu acupoints of the 12 main meridians, the AMI machine is able to compare the electrical balance between the right and left sides of the body. The AMI computer analyzes electrical differences between the right and left meridians that supply energy to the same deep organ system. By comparing the degree of electrical imbalance between the two meridians, the AMI machine is able to provide detailed information about energetic imbalance in the physical body. Electrically unbalanced acupoints, as diagnosed by the AMI machine, appear to reflect the presence of existing or impending disease in meridian-associated organ systems. Motoyama's AMI machine provides us with an unusual window with which to observe and measure the subtle energetic streams that organize and nurture the physical biosystems of cellular growth and repair. These, oh, sorry about that. Let me read that paragraph again. Motoyama's AMI machine provides us with an unusual window with which to observe and measure the subtle energetic streams that organize and nurture the physical biosystems of cellular growth and repair. These subtle energies supply information from the etheric body. In addition, these etheric-based energies are an intermediary link in the flow of information from the higher subtle bodies down to the physical cellular level. It has been previously known that Kirlian photographic studies of the phantom leaf effect and Dr. Harold Burr's work, and there is an endnote about that, with electrical fields around plants and animals substantiate the existence of the etheric body. The etheric body is a holographic energy template which provides structural information for the cellular systems of the physical body. Although the cells of the body have unique enzyme control systems for self-maintenance and replication, they are guided by energetic patterns of a higher frequency nature. The subtle nature of the etheric and other energies which influence the physical cellular network makes direct measurement of these energies difficult with present levels of technology. Because these energies have special magnetic characteristics, see Chapter 4 on negative space-time energies, and there is an endnote about that. They are able to induce secondary electrical fields and currents. Although measurement of primary subtle energies have proven difficult, their associated secondary electrical phenomena are easier to monitor. Measurement of the DC currents at the acupuncture points of the body allows one to gather biologically significant information about the energetic status of the organism. By electrically monitoring the acupoints and acupuncture meridians, one is able to tap into the specialized internal bioenergy bioenergy circuit, which conducts the etheric and physical energy fields. And I'll read that sentence again because it's italicized by the author. By electrically monitoring the acupoints and acupuncture meridians, one is able to tap into the specialized internal bioenergy circuit, which connects the etheric and physical energy fields. Clairvoyant research suggests that illness begins first in the etheric and higher frequency vehicles. If this is so, then signs of illness can be seen in the etheric body earlier than they can be detected in the physical body. Ideally, one would like to find illness at an early enough stage that the physician's intervention could actually prevent a disease from physically manifesting at the cellular level. We have already established that the meridians are carriers of etherically based biological information. Because changes in the etheric body precede the onset of physical diseases, electroacupuncture technologies may allow us to actually measure subtle energy imbalances, which are precursors to illness. In addition, these same technologies can reveal illness in the physical body, which may already be present, but which is still too subtle to be measured by conventional laboratory tests. And I'll read that couple sentences again because it's italicized by the author. Because changes in the etheric body precede the onset of physical diseases, electroacupuncture technologies may allow us to actually measure subtle energy imbalances, which are precursors to illness. In addition, these same technologies can reveal illness in the physical body, which may already be present, but which is still too subtle to be measured by conventional laboratory tests. From a simplistic view, it is possible to indirectly monitor the flow of vital energies to the deeper organs via systems like the AMI machine in order to examine the underlying health of particular organ structures like the lung, heart, and kidneys. The AMI machine compares the electrical symmetries of right and left meridians to derive nonspecific information about imbalances in the organ systems of the body. Motoyama's computer can pinpoint which organs are affected by illness, but it does not identify the particular disease process. Sorry, lost my place there. Okay, found it. However, there are other meridian-based technologies which may be used to acquire more detailed physiological information about the strengths, weaknesses, and specific illnesses that affect the physical body. One system which is beginning to grow in popularity among doctors and scientists is a device known as the dermatron or Vol machine. The prototype of this system was developed by Dr. Reinhard Voll, V-O-L-L. And there's an endnote about that if you guys want to do a deeper dive. And he's a German physician. This technique is also known as EAV or electroacupuncture, according to Voll. Instead of solely monitoring the terminal acupoints of the meridians by remote computer measurement, as in the AMI system, the Voll design, sorry, the Volt device allows one to measure the electrical parameters of any acupuncture point in the body. The Dermatron comes with a handheld electrical probe, which the physician presses against the individual acupoint of interest. The patient holds a brass tube in one hand, which is connected by a wire to the Volt machine. By holding this tube, the patient permits a completed electrical circuit to occur when the metal-shaped probe touches the acupoint. The probe relays microvoltage electrical information from the acupoints to the Volt machine, where it is displayed on a type of voltmeter readout. Certain levels of electrical norms for the acupoints have been established by Voll's previous research. Unlike the AMI system, the Volt machine is used to examine the parameters of individual acupoints instead of comparing paired meridian acupoints for electrical symmetry. The electrical voltage level for a particular acupoint reflects the energy level of its meridian-associated organs. The direction of electrical deviation from the norm can have important implications about the future of the underlying problem in a particular meridian. For instance, an acupoint voltage that is lower than normal may be caused by degenerative disease within an organ system or by conditions which produce a low general vitality. Conversely, higher than normal acupoint voltage readings can be indicative of an underlying inflammatory process. Further information may be derived as to the acute or chronic nature of the disease process by determining the responsiveness of the acupoints to electrical stimulation by the Volt machine. When the Dermatron is switched to treatment mode, it is capable of delivering a voltage charge to a particular weakened acupoint and its associated meridian. The ability of a meridian to accept and hold onto a charge is a function of how chronic the condition of illness is. Individuals with mild illness or slightly low vitality can usually be recharged by using the Dermatron's electrical probe to stimulate the low reading acupoint. Those people with more serious and chronic illnesses are more difficult to recharge in a short period of time. In addition to being able to discover which organs are affected by illness, EAV systems can detail the type and degree of dysfunction that exists within an afflicted organ. Researchers working with the Volt system claim to have found associations between particular acupoints along an organ's meridian and various aspects of that organ's function. For example, there is a meridian which carries chi energy to the pancreas. Among the acupoints that are located on the pancreatic meridian, there are specific points which reflect the functional status of individual pancreatic enzyme systems. One acupoint on the pancreatic meridian reflects the status of the protein of the protease protein digesting enzymes secreted by the pancreas. Other acupoints on the same meridian are said to reflect the functional integrity of different enzymes, such as lipase, fat digesting secretions. By analyzing the electrical voltages associated with the individual acupoints along the meridian, detailed data may be obtained about multiple parameters of organ function. As an example, let us look at how the two meridian-based Technologies might be useful and complementary in non-invasively diagnosing the reasons behind a problem of weight loss due to intestinal malabsorption. Conventional X-ray and biopsy studies of the intestine might reveal normal bowel mucosa. Motoyama's AMI machine would register an imbalance in the functioning of the pancreas by detecting asymmetrical electrical readouts from the right and left pancreatic meridians of the patient's body. But the AMI system would not tell you what was wrong with the pancreas. Using the Vol machine is fine-tune the diagnosis. Using the Vol machine to fine-tune the diagnosis, one could pinpoint that there was a specific problem in the pancreatic production of lipase, an important component of fat digestion and absorption. The Vol machine allows one to carry out an energetic inventory of the functions of the different organs in a very detailed fashion. The energetic information may be in the form of too little or too much meridian electrical energy. This first step may give us a clue or may give a clue as to the presence of degeneration or inflammation in the organ in question. One can further investigate the nature and extent of the dysfunction by measuring readings from different points along the same meridian. Although the Vol machine is more consuming to use than the AMI system, it is capable of eliciting a more detailed inventory of organ function. The AMI machine is perhaps better suited for screening larger population because it is simpler and faster. It is an ideal non-invasive system that can be used to detect illness, either imminent or established in the organs of the body. Alternatively, particular organs found to be in a state of energetic imbalance by the AMI machine might be analyzed in greater detail by the EAV machine or EAV system. The sequential acupoint testing of various organ systems on the Vol machine is a somewhat time-consuming procedure, except to the most experienced of practitioners. The information gained, however, provides deeper insights into the energetic physiology of the human being. The Vol machine is capable of going beyond the diagnosis of energetic imbalance levels in particular systems. It is frequently capable of finding the actual causes of the energetic dysfunction, as well as the potential cures for the disorders. The manner in which the Vol machine is able to carry out this type of analysis is a function of biological resonance. Resonance is a phenomenon which occurs throughout nature. At the level of the atom, we know that electrons whirl about the nucleus in certain energetically defined orbits. In order to move an electron from a lower to a higher orbit, a quantum of energy with very special frequency characteristics is required. An electron will only accept energy of the appropriate frequency to move from one energy level to another. If the electron fails, or if the electron falls from the higher to the lower orbit, it will radiate energy of that very same frequency. This required atomic frequency is referred to as the resonant frequency. The phenomenon of resonance is the principle behind the imaging systems of MRI and EMR scanning, as discussed in Chapter 3. Atoms and molecules have special resonant frequencies that will only be excited by energies of very precise vibratory characteristics. For instance, the singer who is able to shatter a wine glass by delivering a high amplitude note does so by singing in the precise resonant frequency of the glass. Another definition of resonance has to do with the phenomenon of energy exchanged between tuned oscillators. Let us use as an example two perfectly tuned Stradivarius violins placed at opposite ends of a small room. If we pluck the E string of one violin, a careful observer will notice that the sister violin's E string will also begin to vibrate and sing in harmony. The reason that this occurs is because the E strings of the violins are carefully tuned and responsive to a particular frequency. The E strings can accept energy in the E frequency because that is their resonant frequency. The E strings of the violins are like the electrons of the atoms. They will vibrate at a new energy level only if they are exposed to energy of their resonant frequency. In Chapter 2, we examine the practice of homeopathy from the energetic perspective of resonance. It was postulated that homeopathic medicine contained an energy essence of the plant or other substance from which they were prepared. The energy essence of the homeopathic medicine carries a type of subtle energy signature of a particular frequency. It is the task of the skilled homeopathic practitioner to match the frequency of the homeopathic medicine with the energetic frequency needs of the ill patient. Illness, from a homeopathic point of view, uh, sorry, lost my place there for a minute. Okay, illness from a homeopathic and energetic point of view is the energetic imbalance of the human organism as a whole. The vibrational mode of the physical body is a reflection of the dominant frequency at which it resonates. Although the energetic level of humans varies from moment to moment and day to day, the physical body tends to vibrate at a particular frequency. There are many factors that contribute to the total frequency expression of the physical and etheric body. The human mind body spirit complex is a holistic expression and sum total gestalt of a wide spectrum of interactive energy systems. These energetic factors include the bioenergetic currents of cellular semiconduction and also the subtle magnetic currents of primary meridian flow. The meridian currents are, in turn, an end expression of many higher frequency energetic influences. The final energetic expression of illness at the physical level appears to be a function of two central factors. These key factors are host resistance and noxious environmental influences. And I'll read that again because it's italicized by the author. These key factors are host resistance and noxious environmental influences. Negative environmental factors may vary from viruses, bacteria, fungi, and protozoa to unseen radiation and toxic chemicals. The ill effects of radiation may be due to toxic doses of electromagnetic energies in a wide variety of frequencies, i.e., overdoses of X-rays, microwaves, excuse me, UV light, and radar beams. The toxic chemicals can include known carcinogens, corrosive agents, and poisonous chemicals, as well as environmental substances which produce idiosyncratic sensitivity reactions within the bodies of certain individuals. This last category is the subject of intensive study by practitioners of clinical ecology. Host resistance appears to play an even greater role in the causation of illness. A key factor affecting an individual's ability to defend self from attack by the aforementioned noxious agents is the general level of energy and vitality. Someone who is in a weakened, debilitated state from any number of causes will become ill more easily when exposed to negative environmental agents. The general vitality of an individual is an indirect reflection of the level of functioning of the immune system. The immune system is one of the most important factors in the human defense against illness. It is able to recognize molecular elements of self and to distinguish non-self foreign proteins from the body's own membranes. Through the recognition and removal of all substances that are non-self, the immune system surveys and destroys potentially threatening viruses, bacteria, fungi, and even cancer cells. If, however, the immune system, excuse me, oh, no burpee there. If, however, the immune system is weakened, then the whole body as a whole becomes more susceptible to illness from exposure to any noxious stimulus. As the body becomes weakened by stress, depression, starvation, and chronic illness, the immune system is also impaired in its ability to function properly. When the body is in a healthy, energetic, vibrational mode, a small inoculum of virus is easily discharged from the body. In an individual who is energetically imbalanced and thus immunologically weakened, this same viral exposure may allow a serious systemic viral illness to occur. It is well known that emotional depression, physical stress, chemical toxicity, and nutritional deficiencies can adversely affect the body's immune defenses. From an energetic standpoint, the human body, when weakened or shifted from equilibrium, oscillates at a different and less harmonious frequency than when healthy. This abnormal frequency reflects a general state of cellular energetic imbalance within the physical body. When a weakened individual is unable to shift his or her energetic mode to the needed frequency, which allows their immune system to properly defend the body, a certain amount of subtle energetic help may be needed. If this same individual is supplied with a dose of the needed energetic frequency, it allows the cellular bioenergetic systems to resonate in the proper vibrational mode, thereby throwing off the toxicities of the illness. This frequency's specific subtle energy boost allows the physical body and associated bioenergy systems to return to a new level of homeostasis. Providing this needed subtle energy boost through choosing the right homeopathic remedy is one of the key concepts of homeopathic practice. Homeopathy has grown up around a system of empirical frequency matching based on the techniques discovered by Samuel Hahnemann. Hahnemann's system of homeopathic prescribing has been slowly defined over the years by various innovative homeopathic physicians. In the homeopathic approach, the practitioner tries, through careful history taking, to match the total symptom complex of the sick patient with a remedy which induces these same symptoms in normal individuals. If the frequency match is correct and the needed energy is supplied by the patient, and the needed frequency, oh, sorry, let me try that again. If the frequency match is correct and the needed energy is supplied to the patient by the remedy, a healing occurs. Frequently, the final resolution of illness is preceded by an exacerbation of symptoms known as a healing crisis. This crisis is an indication of the physical body resonating at the needed energy frequency and the keynote symptoms of toxicity release being transiently intensified. Only the exact frequency match between patient and remedy will cause a healing because, by the principle of resonance, biological systems will only accept certain resonant frequencies that allow the system to move toward a new level of energetic organization and function. Throughout the history of homeopathy, the idea of frequency matching was unknown. As such, attempts to actually measure the energetic frequencies associated with illnesses and remedies were not considered by homeopaths. Instrumentation has now been devised which actually allows the instrument of such energetic parameters. Meridian-based technologies, including the Vol machine, allow one to correlate remedy with illness through though energetic frequency. I think that's a typo. I think it's through. Meridian-based technologies, including the Vol machine, allow one to correlate remedy with illness through energetic frequency matching. Yeah, I think that's a typo. Through, not though. Through, Throughh. This match is accomplished on the Vol machine through utilization of the principle of resonance. Attached to the Vol machine is a small circular metallic platform, sometimes called a honeycomb, in which cylindrical holes have been drilled. Each hole can hold a small ampule of medication to be tested. This metallic table is attached to the Vol system via an electrical wire connection. EAV researchers have discovered that any substance placed upon the metallic table becomes part of the energetic circuit of the Vol machine. When the EAV practitioner first touches the probe to the acupoints for energetic reading analysis, he or she does so with nothing on the metallic accessory table in order to examine baseline meridian conditions. Once the initial electrical readings have been taken, the absolute level of microvoltage on the meter tells the practitioner if the acupoint and associated meridian are electrically normal or in a state of energetic imbalance. If the acupoint is found to be out of balance, the practitioner may then place various homeopathic remedies upon the electrical accessory table in order to observe the changes in the acupoint electrical readout. Any substance that is placed upon the metallic table becomes part of the energetic circuit. It is believed that certain aspects of the remedy's subtle energetic patterns are conducted over electrical wires in a fashion similar to electricity. For most remedies placed in the energetic circuit, additional acupoint, oh, additional acupoint reading, sorry, let me read that again. For most remedies placed in the energetic circuit, additional acupoint electrical readings will reveal no significant changes from the initial measurement. However, when a remedy is placed on the metallic table, which matches the frequency of the energetic imbalance of the patient, a resonance effect occurs. A significant change in the acupoint reading is observed. Utilizing the Vol machine, the patient is linked through his or her acupoint meridian interface with the needed subtle energetic frequency. A resonance effect occurs between the patient and the circuitry in a fashion similar to that observed between Kirlian equipment and photographic subjects. In the case of the Vol machine, individual frequencies are tested one at a time by placing a small portion of substance of a particular subtle energetic frequency into the circuit. In Kirlian photography, the energetic frequencies are artificially produced by an electrical frequency generator. In both cases, the patient is exposed to a particular energetic frequency. The only energetic frequency which has diagnostic significance is one which resonates with a relevant biological frequency of the organism being tested. Both systems measure variation of electrical outputs. They differ primarily in their methods of data collection. In the case of Kirlian photography, measurement involves capturing energetic patterns of electron streamer discharge on a piece of film. In the case of the Vol machine, measurement is in the form of a voltmeter readout from an acupuncture point. Both systems employ the phenomenon of resonance to obtain meaningful biological information about the organism being studied. It is mentioned earlier that the Vol machine was capable of demonstrating the causes of illnesses. The way in which this is accomplished is through testing different types of homeopathic bionosodes on the Vol machine platform. Homeopathic remedies can be prepared from any substance, be it plant, animal, or mineral. In the case of the bionosode, a small portion of tissue from a diseased organ is ground up and used to prepare a homeopathic remedy. But there are no physical molecules left in the final homeopathic remedy. Only the energetic essence of the tissue and local pathogens remain. The absence of physical pathogens such as bacteria and viruses in the homeopathic preparation means that bionosode is incapable of directly transmitting illness to a patient receiving this remedy. See Chapter 2 on the preparation of homeopathic remedies. If the illness was caused by a particular bacterium or virus, then only its energetic signature remains in the bionosode. When a particular bionosode induces a resonance reaction in the acupoint as measured by the Vol machine, it may be inferred that the cause of the patient's illness has been uncovered. Various types of diseases originating from bacterial infections can be diagnosed utilizing the Vol method. Bionosodes can be prepared from cultures of individual types of bacteria. For example, a bionosode exists for the Salmonella bacterium. The way in which a homeopathic Vol practitioner might diagnose Salmonella food poisoning without obtaining blood tests or cultures is as follows. The physician would test the acupoints along the meridians associated with the small and large intestine. If electrical imbalance was discovered, then the practitioner might move on to determine the chronicity of the illness. This is accomplished by trying to transiently correct the energetic dysfunction. The EAV practitioner uses the probe to electrically either charge or sedate the unbalanced acupoint and associated meridian. Acute energetic disturbances in meridian dysfunction. Um, okay, let's try that again. Acute energetic disturbances in meridian function are more easily affected by electrical stimulation than are imbalances of the chronic nature. This is somewhat of an oversimplification. Information gathered by this technique gives the practitioner an idea of the acute or chronic nature of the bowel disturbance reported by the patient. Next, various bionosodes of suspected pathogens would be sequentially tested by placing them upon the metallic accessory table. EAV researchers have compiled tables of pathogens which list the most frequent causes of energetic imbalance in particular meridians. If indeed the pathogen is Salmonella, placing a bionosode prepared from the Salmonella bacterium on the metal accessory table would produce a significant resonance reaction in the meridian electrical readout when the probe is again touched to the imbalanced intestinal acupoint. This type of reaction would confirm the presence of this type of reaction would confirm the presence of pathological dysfunction within the large and small intestine, with the confirmed pathogen being the Salmonella bacterium. If a significant reaction occurs, it is confirmed by examining the acupoint's reaction to particular homeopathic strengths of the bionosode in order to find the perfect amplitude of frequency match between patient and remedy. Having found the exact remedy strength, the bionosode would be given or could be given to the patient either as a pill, sublingual, liquid, or intramuscular injection. The correct frequency match would be confirmed by the rapid dissolution. The correct frequency match would be confirmed by the rapid resolution of the patient's symptoms upon taking the homeopathic remedy. This technique of matching homeopathic remedies with patients via the Vol machine is the subject of considerable controversy between classic homeopathic practitioners and New Age technology physicians. The classical homeopaths do not believe that this type of technology can replace the old method of matching key symptoms reported by patients with the remedies listed in their Materia Medica, as is part of their standard methodology. One of the differences in philosophy revolves around the aspects of acute and chronic homeopathic prescribing. In traditional homeopathy, acute homeopathic prescribing involves giving remedies for acute illnesses or injuries. Chronic or constitutional prescribing has to do with an examination of the entire life pattern of the individual since birth, including specific tendencies, likes, dislikes, and weaknesses. Thus, in constitutional prescribing, the entire life history of the patient, distilled and focused to accentuate specific keynote symptoms, is matched with an appropriate homeopathic remedy. Homeopaths distinguish unique remedy personality types as a reflection of this gestalt pattern of mental, emotional, and physical symptoms. In reality, the Vol method deals with superficial levels of energetic stratification within the organism. That is, one is able to match homeopathic remedies with an individual's needs based upon his or her most acute symptoms of distress. What has been discovered by a number of Vol practitioners is that sometimes certain remedies will be associated with an acupoint resonance reaction, and at other times the same remedy will not produce this effect. The reasons for this phenomenon may have to do with a type of onion or artichoke effect. In treating a patient with an EAV determined remedy, certain of the patient's acute symptoms will be immediately relieved. Following this resolution, patients may report that older symptoms, which seem to have been previously resolved, have returned. Retesting of the patient on the Vol machine will reveal resonance reactions with remedies that may have previously shown no effect. What is happening is that the EAV practitioner's testing is able to successively peel away layers of the onion. Human beings tend to accumulate small traumas and physiologic insults to their bodies over the course of a lifetime. If these progressive insults are not fully resolved at the time of the initial drama, they are incorporated into the energetic structure of the individual. Stratification of levels of injury are gradually created by the organism. The energetic depth at which a layering of reactive armor is discovered reflects the timing of the original insult in the life history of the individual. When the Vol machine uncovers a remedy to neutralize acute symptoms, it peels away the most superficial layer of the onion or artichoke. As the acute symptoms resolve, a slightly older level of energy imbalance resurfaces and brings with it older symptoms of dysfunction. As the Vol practitioner is able to peel away successive layers of disturbance in the individual with repeated homeopathic treatments, he or she is able to get closer to the inner heart and deepest origins of energetic dysfunction within the individual, the so-called heart of the artichoke. This therapeutic approach of peeling away the layers of imbalance through successive homeopathic remedies can be accomplished with either classical homeopathic prescribing or EAV testing. Many times, the more intuitive classical homeopaths are able to see around superficial symptoms and explore more deeply into the constitutional nature of the individual. In doing so, or in so doing, they are able to go beyond the Vol machine to get to the deeper origins of energetic imbalance within the individual. Okay, we will stop here for now. It's very interesting, isn't it? So the Western medical Western medical model focuses on the symptoms, but actually your body has can carry a lot of trauma that you don't even know about, right? Trauma from many, many years ago, and maybe even past lives, if you know you believe in stuff like that. I do. I mean, makes sense to me. I don't know. But anyways, it's the onion analogy is very interesting because I've always thought that health or being healthy is something you work on the rest of your life. You know, it's not just relieving the symptom and okay, you're good to go. It's a gradual thing, it's a ongoing thing, and it's never ending. So, anyways, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this particular section. And we'll see you next time in our next book club. Okay, bye now.